Howdy doody, everyone, and welcome back to the Hold the Line Sports channel. Today, as you guys know, we've been going over the SEC, ACC, and Big Ten top five quarterbacks in the conference. Today, we're rounding out the Power Four. We're doing the Big 12. I think this one's kind of the most wide open, like uh, conference because I mean we saw Arizona State last year just go absolutely crazy towards the end of the year and come back and win it, even though coming into the year they had the last odds to win the conference. So yeah, this one's pretty fun. I mean, the Big 12 is just fun in general. Like Josh Pate says, it's his favorite conference to watch. It's America's conference because it's so wide open. I'm going to be watching a lot of Big 12 football because I love to see points scored and I love variance in that and crazy plays and everything like that. So yeah, I really do think this is going to be a fun year for the Big 12. And yeah, let's jump right into the top five Big 12 quarterbacks. Honorable mention to Josh Hoover at TCU. I think he's really good. Just missed the cut for this top five Big 12 quarterbacks. Number five, Behren Morton. I think this guy's really, really good. Last year he was kind of, he wasn't really like a gunslinger. He was kind of dink and dunk a little bit, not really dink and dunk, but like he didn't take risks. That's just not who he is. I think this year, if they want to win the Big 12, I think he's going to have to do a little bit more of that. But I do think he does. I think he's able to, you know, maneuver the pocket and able to, especially with all the transfers coming in. Like you got Casey Concepcion coming in there. They spent a lot of money on that team, and I think this is Texas Tech's year. But you see the stats there: 3,300 passing yards, 27 passing touchdowns, 8 picks. He's going to take care of the ball. That's just how he plays, and he's not going to take unnecessary risks. He'll take them here and there. But we saw this Texas Tech team, beat Arizona State, who won the conference, and Iowa State, who was the team that made it to the Big 12 championship. That team last year, the offense was good enough to win the Big 12. The defense was probably the worst in the Big 12. So I do think this Texas Tech team is going to be a lot better. Joey McGuire got a lot of good commits coming in there. So I really do think that he's going to be able to thrive in that offense and thrive in the in with all the newness in the offense, and the transfer wide receivers coming in are going to help tremendously. Number four. So I did this take earlier, and then I realized I talked about Cam Scottaboo on Iowa State. I'm an idiot. So we had to redo this, and Rocco Becht. If you take it back to, if you guys were an OG fan and you guys were listening to us when we just started, we were going over like each conference like preview. I said this guy is great, and what did he do? He took them to a Big 12 championship that year. I even went on record and think this guy has a higher ceiling than Brock Purdy. Now, I think that's true. Does he reach that ceiling? Probably not. Brock Purdy's a really good NFL quarterback. He's just, more game manager. Rocco Beck's got a little bit of movement on him. He can do a lot. I mean, you see it, 8 rushing touchdowns down there. He can move. He's kind of, he'll throw some picks. He'll sling it out there. But I mean, 3,500 passing yards, 25 passing touchdowns, 9 picks. Really, really good. Really good. I do think this team will still be a contender in the Big 12. I really do think that. He's got his second best receiver coming back, and I just really think, or second best receiver from last year coming back. So I think this offense is going to be able to, not skip a beat really. So I do think this team is going to be really good, along with Rocco Becht, who I've been high on for a very long time. He's started since he was a freshman. I believe he's a junior now. A lot of experience. I think Rocco Beck's going to be really, 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 really good this year for the Big 12, and for Iowa State. And who knows? Maybe Iowa State can get into the college football playoff as a Big 12 winner. Also, Texas Tech is my pick to win the Big 12 right now. I think this team is a sleeper and could easily win a playoff game. This team is very good. But number three is Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson was supposed to be like the guy last year, and Kansas State was also supposed to be really, really good. And they were good. They were like 9-3, 8-4 level. But they just lost games that they shouldn't have. Like they got blown out by BYU. I remember that. That was horrible. And Avery Johnson was supposed to be like this Heisman candidate guy last year. And he just wasn't because he started as a freshman, was actually pretty good. And I was like, okay, this guy's going to take a jump. And the jump was there, which is very, very small, like other things. But yeah, he great hair, obviously. But the stats: 2,700 passing yards, 25 passing touchdowns. You want to see those interceptions come down. 10 is a lot, and 13 games. So you definitely want to see those come down. But the legs is where you wanted to see him. That's why people thought he was going to be a Heisman candidate, because not only can he throw the ball and is pretty good at it, he's also got legs. 605 rushing yards and 7 rushing touchdowns. If he does that again this year, that's serviceable on the ground. He just needs to get those passing numbers up and be able to start, hitting receivers more. And then this Kansas State team is good enough to win the Big 12. Seriously, I mean, there's a lot of teams good enough to win the Big 12, but if Avery Johnson plays how people thought he was going to last year coming into the year, he can easily win. They can easily win a ton of games and get into the Big 12 championship at least, and and maybe even into the playoff. But just ahead of him, because I saw him do it last year, I saw him take that leap halfway into the year, was Sawyer Robertson. This guy was very slow to start out the year, and then you see those stats. Like he was only really good for probably 7-8 games. 3,000 passing yards, 28 passing touchdowns, 8 picks, the highest QBR in the Big 12, an 82.9. 4 rushing touchdowns. He can move it a little bit. He's not going to burn you or anything like that. But the second half of the season was really good. And honestly, it kind of just he took Baylor with him. Baylor started 2-3 last year. All of a sudden, they rattled off 7 straight wins once Dave Aranda opened the playbook for him, and allowed him to do it. But I mean, it's normal. First year starters, sometimes you leave the playbook out a little bit, and then once he gets comfortable, then you're okay, open it up. But Sawyer Robertson, as soon as he was able to get that open playbook and kind of find his groove, he was very, 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 very good. And I think this Baylor team and him along with it is just going to kind of propel them into this year as well. Because I think right now in my eyes the Big 12 is between Texas Tech, Arizona State, and Baylor. I really do think those are the 3 best teams. Arizona State's probably the most hyped team coming into this year, but the Big 12 is wide open. And I think Sawyer Robertson is going to be a big beneficiary of that, because the Big 12, you score a lot of points. This Baylor offense is going to put up points all year, and it's going to be because of Sawyer Robertson playing that good. But number one, I mean, we all knew it was coming. It's Sam Leavitt. I mean, you take your team to the college football playoff, you deserve to be, especially when this is it's a one bid league, especially when it's that. If you take your team to the college football playoff, you deserve to be the number one, unless you were not even close to the reason of it. Now, we did have Cam Skattebo, but Sam Leavitt was also a main driver in that. Skattebo, yes, he was the best player on the team by far. But you also saw half the time in the Texas game, Skattebo was not able to, run it all that well for a little bit, and then he kind of got going. But Sam Leavitt was kind of running the ship and running for his life, kind of, and he's able to make plays, able to throw the ball downfield on the run, able to get out and scramble. But I mean, he's just the prototypical quarterback. He's big, he's fast, he's strong, he's got a good arm. And then he also has the stats and accolades to back it up. 2,800 passing yards, 24 passing touchdowns, 6 picks, 80 QBR was really good. 440 rush yards, 5 rushing touchdowns. I mean, it's just a great year. And then you add on to the fact that he now is back in the offense. Yes, Skattebo's gone, which is unfortunate, but he's on to bigger and better things. But I do think that Sam Leavitt is really, really good. I think he's going to be the best quarterback in the Big 12, not by a long shot. And I wouldn't be shocked if, say, Sawyer Robertson comes out and technically puts up better stats. But I do think this Arizona State team is just going to be better, and he's going to be more equipped to put up good numbers, and he's more mobile. He's able to make plays. He's a playmaker back in the pocket. So I really do think it's going to be Sam Levitt and kind of leading the charge for the Big 12, and because Arizona State's the team to beat right now. They not only won it last year, but they also, you know, were they're the favorite coming in this year, which we'll see with the Big 12. You never know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think that I got it wrong. Drop your top five down in the comments. Like some people may not have Morton in there. I think Morton's great. Some people may have A.B. Johnson above Sawyer Robertson, something like that. But I do really think that this is my top five. Sam Levitt's the pretty big consensus one. So if you don't have that, you probably just shouldn't talk about college football. Um, but yeah, please like, subscribe, comment, put the notification bell on so you can be our first comment, first view. But yeah, as always, guys, have a great day and peace.